UN to celebrate tea globally. The tea International Tea Day is celebrated all the world over, and it was the actual day was actually 21st. That is on Saturday, but we had to move it to today, Monday, to recognize the significance of tea globally and more so in our country. We know that tea subsector is very important for Kenya. It supports about 13% of our population. So we want to mark the day. And as part of marking the day, we organized a competition, which is here at Moi Gardens, Kericho. The competition is an upscaled version of what we have been doing in the past. We have had what we call the tea classes competition for the last 11 years, but we now want to take it to a global level. We have joined an international event which is known as the Tea Masters Cup, and we are going to join the rest of the globe, the rest of the tea producing countries, in having a competition which we have launched actually this afternoon. We are going to then upscale that and have it in the next few months in the regions. And at the end of the competitions, we will have one tea producer or tea packer representing Kenya in the global arena. So this competition is supposed to help us to upscale the way we do Kenya, the way we prepare tea, the way we mix tea, the way we produce tea, and expose our stakeholders to world-class preparation and production of tea. So we are very happy that we have been able to start that competition today, and we look forward to having an even bigger and better event throughout the regions. We are hoping from here we'll go to the other tea producing regions and we shall communicate accordingly. Tea is known, rather is good quality tea. The setback we have is that Kenyan tea is drunk out there, but most people don't know that they are drinking Kenyan tea. And so even part of what we are doing today, the launching of the tea competition, the competition is mainly for tea packers. And so we want to expose our packers out there. Eventually they will go to the global arena so that they can be able to learn from what is being done outside, and also for them to be able to develop their brand so that they are known outside. One of the things that we are doing as government or as tea bodies, we are actually in the process of coming up with a strategy for the marketing of tea. We have gotten some experts who are going to help us identify what marketing strategies we need to employ out there so that we're able to have our tea go out as packaged tea instead of the bulk tea that we do currently. So we are going to be rolling that out in the next few months once we get the report from the consultant, and we are going to implement whatever it is that we are going to get from the report that will be done by the consultant. We ran, I think, late last year, and as you know, Iran has a very big population. The population of Iran are mainly tea drinkers. And it is one of the markets that we want to explore. Actually, the consultancy we are doing is supposed to also focus on the Iran market. Of course, we know there are challenges in Iran because of the sanctions that are there, because of the political situation. So part of the challenges that we found is that, yes, we can be able to export tea to Iran. However, the payment of the tea is what is the biggest challenge for Kenya. But we are in discussion together with our embassy in Iran and even the Iranian embassy here to see how we can circumvent some of those challenges with respect to payments. If we're able even just to get, say, 5% of the Iranian market, that would be a big boost to Kenya, because Iran partake a lot of tea, and so we will continue engaging and see what it is that we can do to circumvent whatever challenges we are seeing in that market. Volume, we are at about 38.4 million kgs of tea per year. That is as per our figures of 2021. So we are still very low. Probably we are at about 7-8% of our production, which is still very low, but we are growing. We were, a few years ago, we were at about 4%, has now gone up to about 8%. And so even part of what it is that we are doing today is to encourage, especially the tea farmers to take tea. And one of the things that we need to encourage our farmers, because Kenyan, the way we take tea in Kenya is that we want our tea with milk, with sugar. For us to increase consumption, we need to take our tea mainly as black, without the sugar and without the milk. Then we'll be able to increase the amounts of tea that we take. Yes, for the cottage tea manufacturers, it is actually an area that we are encouraging. Part of the reason why we have challenges in our industry today is because we are all doing, or majority are doing black CTC. So the cottage industry is an upcoming industry. We have licensed about 17 tea manufacturers. We are actually running a program, what we call a Specialty Tea Association, a program where we bring the specialty tea manufacturers every quarter to meet and just compare notes as to what they are doing, what they are not doing right. We get some few experts who come in and maybe take them through the best manufacturing practices. In terms of the costs of, say, machinery, there is already a program that runs. I think they are entitled, for example, once they bring in machinery, there are some already incentives that the government has given, for example, VAT. They're able to claim that back. You know, they complain that it takes too long, but the government is already giving them some sort of incentive so that they are able to bring in machinery. We are also engaging with the other government agencies to look at issues of, say, VAT in terms of packaging material and also in terms of the tea itself, especially for the local consumption. And we are hopeful that we'll be able to deal with some of those taxes so that the cost then becomes a bit less, especially for those who are doing specialty tea. Thank you. Which was pointing to the fact that we need to move away from what we have been doing in terms of tasting tea, using you know, the touch, the sight, the taste and all that. So of doing what we are calling scientific tasting, we have gone as far as sending some samples, some tea samples from Kenya to see whether that technology can actually work for us. It is still early days. We are still trying to evaluate the technology, but it is there. And if the findings that they come up with tally with what it is that we have, then it is something that we are probably going to implement within the next 2 years.
Labda watu wengine wanashangaa ni nini kinaendelea hapa mbele. Yakumbuka kwamba tunasherehekea ulimwengu mzima, yani World International Tea Day. Yani kusherehekea chai. Na wale wenye wanasimamia ni kumbuka kwamba ni Tea Kenya.